In 1926, Henry Ford did not create the 40-hour work week because it was good for you. He created it because he ran the numbers, and what he found wasn't the schedule that made people the most productive, it was a schedule that made the people most manageable. Just productive enough to be useful and just tired enough to not do anything about it. And 100 years later, we're still living inside that formula. So let me show you the math. Most people assume the 40-hour work week is just how it works. It's tradition, it's the standard, it's the way things are. But Ford didn't stumble into 40 hours. He tested it. He tried longer weeks, shorter weeks, 6-day schedules versus 5-day schedules. And what he discovered wasn't what maximized output, it was what maximized compliance. 40 hours kept workers productive enough to justify keeping them, but it left them just tired enough, just broke enough that leaving wasn't a realistic option. That's not a side effect, that's the feature. So let's do the actual math because nobody at your company is going to put this on a slide. 40 hours a week of work, so 10 hours commuting, and that's being conservative. 56 hours sleeping, 14 hours for eating, showering, basic survival. That's 120 hours gone before you've made a single choice about your own life. You only have 168 hours in a week, so subtract 120. That leaves you with 48 hours. That sounds like freedom, right? It's not, because you're not spending those 48 hours building something. You're spending Saturday recovering from the week, and then Sunday dreading Monday. Your freedom isn't freedom, it's maintenance. It's the reset that makes sure you can show up Monday and do it all over again. And that's not life, that's a loop. Hey, I'm Dustin Neff. I am your anti career coach. I help people figure out exactly how to exit corporate America. And so just wanted to throw that in there. If you need help with this or know somebody, have them reach out. Descriptions in the notes. All right. All right. And here's the part nobody talks about because the time problem is bad enough, but the energy problem is worse. You want to start a business, too tired. Want to learn a new skill, too tired. Build a side project, too tired. Read that book that's been sitting on your nightstand for 8 months, too tired. And I want to be really clear about something. That's not a character flaw. It's not laziness. That's not you being weak or unmotivated or not wanting it badly enough. That's a formula working exactly as designed. Because think about it. If you had energy left over at the end of the week, what would you do with it? You'd build something, you'd learn something, you'd start working on your exit, and they can't have that. So the formula makes sure the tank is empty by Friday, just enough left to get you through the weekend, just enough to come back Monday, never enough to escape. And I felt this firsthand. When I was at Nike, I was moving fast early, promotions, visibility, momentum. I thought I was on the right track. And then I hit a plateau. But the raises kept coming, the title changed, the benefits got better, and the golden handcuffs locked a little tighter every year. The energy I had in my 20s to think about what I actually wanted, they started disappearing. Not because I got lazy, because the formula was doing its job. And then they give you the promise that makes it all bearable, right? Work hard, stay loyal, give us your 30s, 40s, 50s, and at 65, you'll be free. So you do it. You tell yourself it's temporary. You tell yourself the payoff is coming. You trade your best decades, your highest energy years, your sharpest mind and healthiest body to build someone else's dream. And then 65 arrives and you're not free. Well, you are free, except your back hurt. Back hurts. Your energy's gone. Your kids are grown and gone and busy with their own lives. And the things you said you wanted to do when you had time, so travel, build, create, experience, you don't have the capacity for them anymore. You didn't earn a retirement, you earned a recovery period from a life you didn't fully live. And that's the coldest con in modern history. And most people don't see it until they're already deep inside. Now, I want to stop here because I'm not telling you this to make you angry or hopeless. I'm telling you this because the trap only works if you believe the only way out is to blow everything up. Quit your job, burn the bridge, leap and hope you grow wings on the way down. And that's not what I did. And that's not what I teach. Here's what most mid-career professionals don't realize. You don't need to start from scratch. You've been building leverage for the last 10, 15, 20 years inside of a corporation. The skills that you use every day at work, the problems you solve, the systems you understand, the results you've driven, somebody out there will pay a premium for exactly that. And not someday, now. I call it hidden leverage. That's it's the expertise you already own that you've been selling to one buyer, your employer, at a fraction of what it's actually worth on the open market. When I left corporate, I didn't leave and hope for the best. I built first, identified the expertise I already had, from operations to supply chain, from turning around struggling retail divisions, and I packaged it into a consulting offer before I ever walked out the door. That's the safe exit, not quitting first, building first. So when you leave, you're not jumping into uncertainty. You're stepping into something you already built. So the 40-hour work week isn't going anywhere, but you can. You don't need more time. You need more energy. You need a different plan. And here's the question I want you to sit with after this video. If retirement timeline doesn't actually work in your favor, if you do the math and realize you're trading your best years for a finish line that arrives way too late, what's the alternative? Because there is one, and it doesn't require you to risk everything. I put together a free training that walks you through exactly how I help people that are exactly where you are, build a consulting income before they ever leave their job. So no risk, no leap of faith, no quit and figure it out. Just a clear look at what this actually looks like. So link is in the description. Go watch it, and I'll see you there. I'm going to link a video here for you to check out. See you next time.